You're watching Chicago's very own WGN Evening News.
We begin with breaking news. Chicago fast food workers making their voices heard and preparing to march through downtown as they continue their campaign for higher wages. Good afternoon. I'm Tom Negevin, in for Mark Zapelson.
And I'm Micah Mater. Supporters of the so-called Fight for 15 want fast food restaurants and franchises to pay workers a living wage. WGN's Julian Cruz live now with more on today's demonstrations. Hi, Julian.
Hello, Mike. It is being billed as the biggest protest of its kind ever. More than 300 cities worldwide participating in this protest against low wages, according to organizers. Thousands of people have converged here on the park next to Water Tower. Right now, marchers are gathering in front of the North Michigan Avenue building where Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin is said to live. The protesters pointing to the growing gap between the super rich and low-income workers struggling to survive. Across the city, protesters are taking action to make their point. At one of the busiest intersections on the far north side, protesters sit down in the middle of Sheridan and Hollywood, right at the end of Lakeshore Drive. Among the fast food workers, part-time warehouse workers, and adjunct professors here is nursing home health care specialist Lakesia Collins.
We take care of the most vulnerable people, and we're paid poverty wages. We're suffering ourselves, but we love what we do, and we want to give quality care. But the nursing home owners, they rather slash staffing and resources and make it harder for us to do our jobs.
Protesters marching across the city making the case for a $15 minimum wage. Adriana Alvarez says that she can't survive on the $10 an hour that she makes at McDonald's.
I can't afford to pay my rent. I can't afford to pay daycare. I have a 4-year-old son. I'm a single mom. It's just really stressful on top of more stress from work.
Fast food giant Oak Brook, Illinois-based McDonald's Corporation, a clear target today. This rally on the 6000 block of North Broadway, one of many Chicago McDonald's stores across the city feeling the brunt of today's action. But there are home health care workers here, part-time nursing home workers, and even adjunct university professors protesting against the downward pressure on wages.
Our students' tuition keeps rising, and yet our wages are not. Adjunct professors at Loyola have not had a raise in 7 years, and yet our administration is more bloated than ever before. We have the assistant dean of assistant deaning and extra provosts who are making 6 figures when adjuncts are on public assistance just to survive.
Loyola University defending itself. A spokesperson says that oftentimes the university pays higher than average rates for part-time professors, and their salary assessment includes a careful review of the average part-time faculty member's time spent preparing and teaching a course, as well as the time spent working directly with students outside of classroom instruction. Now, efforts to get comment from McDonald's Corporation thus far have been unsuccessful. The marchers will be leaving the Water Tower here shortly, and they will be marching over to the Rock and Roll McDonald's. At the Water Tower, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
All right, Julian, thanks.